Welcome back to the channel, Fat Boys. Today we're going to be going over 5 things that they don't necessarily teach you in your MSF class, but are going to be very good things for beginners that haven't yet encountered them and will definitely eventually encounter. So let's go ahead and start getting into that list. Number 1 on the list is going to be graded bridges or roads. It's down here in South Florida. They're actually kind of common down here. But if you don't always deal with them, you don't know how to handle them. You don't know, it may catch you by surprise when you actually do have to ride over one for the first time. So with graded bridges, it really is just emphasizing true good technique all the way through. What you're going to want to do when going over a graded bridge is you're going to want to be really light on the handlebars and really light on the grips. You don't want to have a death grip. You don't want to tense up. You want to stay really light on the handlebars. You just want to let the bike naturally go straight as it will. It's super easy, nothing serious to think about. It's going to feel weird because the natural lines and the grading is going to maybe want to steer the bike in a little bit of a direction. So it's just gentle nudging, gentle guidance of the handlebars for the bike. The important thing to remember is that you don't do anything super rash or extreme. You're just going to want to casually ride over. It's nothing serious, and it's something that is super easy to deal with. We're coming up to the first gated bridge as an example. All I'm gonna do is I'm just going to casually drive over it. Nothing to freak out about. I'm not going to make any sudden movements. Just going to place myself right over it. Nothing happens. You just casually take it, and you just make sure you keep going straight, and you don't do any sudden braking. You don't do any sudden changes in the direction or changing of your weight. Just like regular motorcycle good riding technique. That's all it's going to take. So now for this next one, we're going to be talking about holding the bike on an incline. So you have to come to a stop. The trick here is going to not necessarily be you're not going to be using the front brake. You're going to be using nothing but the rear brake to hold you up. That's where the beauty in having the separate brakes comes into helping you do this. If you're trying to hold the bike with just the front brake, you're going to have a really hard time letting off of the brake and moving forward at the same time. But when you're using the rear brake, this hand is now free, so you can freely move and freely go during and getting out of the incline or decline. And this tip and technique will really work for for both an incline and a decline, so you don't have to worry about doing different things for either an incline or a decline. This is like one of the steepest sections I know and near where I live, so just to show you that even in Florida there are steep hills that you may come across and having to do this. Here we go. Coming on up, treat it like any other one. Now I'm holding it with the rear brake. See, it's hold. I can't see right here, so I'm letting out the clutch. Throttle, see? And I see no cars, so I'm good. That's simple. It's just letting out the clutch and slowly and giving it gas and slowly letting off the rear brake. So that way you have full use of the throttle. If you don't, you're going to struggle big time with that. And so for this next tip, we're going to be talking about how and where to park in a parking spot. It's a little bit different than what you might expect as a new rider, but it's really important. Goddamn. For these types of parking spots, what's important is actually you do come in front and center. You're going to want to come front and center in these types of parking lots where all of the cars are facing in the same direction. You have one way. It's important that you do come in this way. You come in like a normal car. You face the front tire is at the front. You're coming near. But where you're going to want to park is you're going to want to park right in the dead center of the parking spot and a little bit near the back. Not all the way near the back, but near the back, so that way people see your bike when they're coming up to the parking spot, but you're also in the middle, so that way no cars are going to swipe you or bang their door into your bike and it gets knocked over. For the normal parking, or it's just normal parking, it's straight in and out, what you really want to do is you want to actually back into the spot. So you're going to want to line up, look backwards, and just walk it backwards. Walk it backwards. And this is going to imply for the same thing. If you are by yourself, you're going to want to be pretty much in the middle, but near the back, or now the front of the parking spot. This is so the same reasons. People coming up can clearly see the bike, you have the parking spot, and yet no one is going to hit you on the sides. This is your parking spot. However, if you are with other people, it depends on how many people you have. If you have two, I recommend 1 and 2. One person up near the front, one person up near the back. If you have 3, I recommend either 2 and 1 or 1 and 2. It doesn't necessarily matter. It's just a matter that you fill up the parking space and that you dominate it and don't allow any cars to come in and hurt you or the bikes. And so for this next one, we're going to be talking about how to transition between differences in roads, because sometimes you're on a road, there's construction going on it, and so the left side of your road, of your lane, is completely under construction. It's one type of road, and then on the right side it's a completely different type of road. And so the way you're going to want to handle this is with confidence. If you go into it shyly, that is where issues will arise out of it. You want to do it with confidence and determination. So simply put is, if this is the bad side of the road, if I'm on the bad side of the road and I'm trying to get to the good side, but there's a hump to it, the one thing I do not want to do is just casually make my way over there. What you want to do is you want to confidently swerve on over to that side. You want to put the bike up there. If you are timid of it, you're going to run into some problems. And so you just really want to make sure that you have a mindset like, I need to get over there. Look where you want to go and then put the bike over there. And so as an example, I'll go ahead and do it here. I can't think of any roads around me right now that are under construction that have what I'm talking about as an example. So it's super simple. You're just going to go confidently, I'm here, I need to get over here. You commit to it and you force the bike over there. If you are shy about it, the bike is going to be guided along that route, and that is when it starts to shake. It goes in places that you don't want it to, and then that's what causes you to get into an accident. So just commit, as with most things, and when it comes to riding a motorcycle. Alright, and so for this last one, we're going to go ahead and talk about rev matching. It's something you may hear back and forth around a lot of motovloggers and other motorcyclists about, like, oh yeah, rev matching, oh you need to downshift and rev match into it. It's super simple. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty easy to do. All it is, I'm going to do it right here. I'm just going to pull in the clutch, downshift, give a good blip, and let go of the clutch. And while I'm letting go of that blip, it's better to over blip than to under blip. If you under blip, you're going to get a jerking sensation when the engine RPMs catch up to the drivetrain. So it's better to over blip it, so you over rev it, but it's really nothing more than just a quick little, you get the RPMs up and you just let out the clutch at a moderate pace and you're in the next gear. So I'm gonna go ahead and put me even down a gear, even though I'm in like where I want to be. I'll use an example, put myself down a gear for you guys right here. See? Super easy. So if you like this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you get notified when the next video comes on out, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.